Is calling 2022 CR 4505 State of Texas versus David Anthony Vietti. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Deerhand, Your Honor.
Defense?
Eric DeWalt, and I represent Mr. Vietti.
Are you Mr. Vietti?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're here for sentencing. You entered a plea on December 14th. I don't know why we're just hearing this from December 14th, but okay. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 8 years in the prison. The state opposes your application for deferred adjudication. The state is recommending community supervision. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
We have, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses?
Not from the state, Your Honor. I have one, and for the interest of justice, just to let you know that his mother, the alleged complaining witness, is out in the hall. You changed a no contact order to a no harmful or injurious contact order, but they couldn't live together. He has continued to abide by that. His sister is also here helping him through, but I'd like to call Mr. Michael Prince.
All right, Mr. Prin. Oh, I know him very well.
Thank you, Your Honor. And
Sure.
he came out of nowhere.
Sure.
Angel in disguise.
Good morning. It's like I've just seen you today. Yeah. You're still under oath. Could you state your name for the record?
Michael Prim.
All right. And Mr. Vietti, do you waive any confidentiality that Mr. Prim may have?
What do you mean?
Do
Yes,
do you waive it so he can talk to me about any issues regarding you?
yes, sir.
All right. Defense?
Mr. Prim, my name is Eric DeWalt. We met today, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I asked you if you'd like to testify, and you got a little nervous, right?
Yes, I
Said you
did.
couldn't testify, but you did want to speak on David Vietti's behalf.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that
Okay.
is called testifying. So I'm going to ask you a
yes,
few
sir.
questions. I just don't want to scare you. Can you tell the court your title and your job description?
All right. And counsel, I can tell you, I already know his title, job
Right,
description and what he's
Okay.
with. So introduction not necessary
Not
unless you
necessary.
just would like to do
Thank
it.
you, Your Honor. Mr. Prim, how long have you known David Vietti?
About 2 months, but he's been receiving services since 2018, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
and are you aware that he is charged with arson of a habitation? And I know you don't know the facts of the case, but we kind of talked about what had transpired. It was his mother's house in a pillow,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but he also served 8 months before his family bonded him out, and we approached and entered the plea before today.
Mhm.
Okay, so your relationship has really come in with Mr. Vietti after he took this plea.
Yes.
Can you, and I'm sorry, that's everybody's getting.
Oh, yeah, that's everybody's there.
Can you tell the court his reaction or transition or his progress with you and what all he's doing?
But
Please.
I'm
Well-
sorry, just one moment. Even though I know that's background noise for people, I always look at it because sometimes we're off the record. Sometimes it's a child abducted. They may be in this courtroom right now. We're just ignoring the text message. So I always like to look and see. Okay. All right.
So, yeah, he is currently receiving services and he's participating in his recovery. We're currently working on assisting him with receiving his ID through the Hope team and housing as well, trying to get him to where he's stable and is living on his own. And he has been meeting with us regularly. And as far as progress, you know,
Slow.
yeah, it's not like just snap your fingers.
But you're saying he's only been
he's
with you for
working
2
with us.
months.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Let me ask you a few questions. Are you aware that he's currently living with his sister?
Yes,
Okay, and have you visited that location?
yes. sir.
Okay, and do you think it is a good, stable location for him?
Yes.
Okay, and is there someone, you had mentioned Tammy, a field nurse, that is going out to help him administer his injections for
Yes.
bipolar and his other mental issues?
Yes, sir.
So you do know her, she's part of y'all's team, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Have you, in the last 2 months, I know it's hard to say he's made leaps and bounds of progress, but do you think he's made progress?
Definitely, definitely, yes. Yeah, it's like night and day as far as in some areas, like he's he's more stable where we can actually work on housing, work on, trying to help him find a job. But when we first encountered him, he was so symptomatic that we couldn't get anywhere with him. But yeah, he's making progress where he needs to, but everything else takes a long time,
Mr. Prim, I greatly appreciate your testimony today. I'll pass the
Okay.
witness.
Thank you.
Any questions?
No questions.
How often are you seeing him at his place of residence?
Well, there's someone that goes out there at least twice a week, and there's 5 case managers. So I think the last time he was on my caseload was about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But the nurse comes out, I think, at least once a week to do med training, and then he gets his injection once a month.
And will you be able to, when probation goes over his conditions, will you be able to sit with him and make sure that probation knows who his case manager is?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then, of course, he will sign a release. Will you be able to let probation knows, one, if there are any issues at the household when you all visit?
Mhm.
And you're doing UAs for him as well?
Yes,
And if you can let probation know the results of those UAs?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else that I need to know?
No, but I think David has a bright future, and I don't like to see him cry. He's a good guy, and we're gonna, as long as he wants to do better, we'll be there for him to help him so he can become stable and have his own place to stay. And he's active in his own recovery. So,
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
uh,
All right, here's my question. With regards to his mother, so it's no harmful or injurious contact. Is that what's been happening or no? No contact?
Your Honor, in the PSI, she gave a statement, and in her statement, she claims she believes David's the victim, not her. It was a pillow in her house, and
But here's my question. With regards to his mom,
Mhm.
Elizabeth Vietti,
Yeah.
is it currently no harmful or injurious contact?
it's currently no harmful or injurious contact, but he's not allowed to stay with her. You made that clear.
All right, so I'm going to keep that you're not allowed to stay with her. Once you have proven yourself on probation out of this court, then that may be changed. So whether or not you're allowed to stay with her, that is completely up to you. You understand?
Okay.
So if you do well,
Yes, ma'am.
if you do well, your attorney then can come to the court and the court will make a decision on that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody want to speak on the opposition to deferred, or you want the court to just make the decision?
The court can make the decision.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. You're going to be on the MIC caseload. There's going to be continued services through Christus. There's going to be field visits, probation. There'll be field visits with you once a month. If Christus reports any issues with the location that they're visiting, or if Christus stopped doing their visitation, because they're saying they're doing it twice a week, maybe. But I do want probation to at least go out there and see what the living conditions are and how he's doing. There's going to be regular UAs. And also probation, you can look at the UAs that Christus is doing. Also, they'll give Mr. Vietti, you're going to have to give a release on that. Are you employed?
Oh, no, ma'am, not at the moment.
All right, is there a reason?
No, there's not a reason, but I am gonna work on it with Crystal Counseling.
All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be regular reporting to probation. And probation, if you want to count the contact that Christus is making, you can count that as a reporting. But again, I want probation to at least have gone out at least once. There's to be 200 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get that, but if you have it with the vaccination and booster, the court will deduct 40 hours of your community service supervision. Okay. Probation, is there anything else that he needs? All right, and with regards to restitution to Elizabeth Vietti, Is she asking for restitution?
She is not, Your Honor. The house was sold. Compliance wanted it updated and they didn't, the house has been sold. And it was supposed to go to David Vietti.
All right, probation, if you can note in the file that there is no restitution that Ms. Vietti is requesting. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal. Did you review that with your go around? I don't know why people try to reach through it. You won't make it. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
We signed this last time.
Here's Kleenex for your client, counsel. Don't go through the rope. All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Vietti, it's very important that you stay in contact with probation, that you stay in contact with your case manager. Do not fall off the face of the earth, because what will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. Do you understand? If there is an issue in this court, communication is key. Let your probation know. If there's something else you need, let your probation officer know. If for any reason they're not being receptive or you think they're not listening, you can come to court. I'm here Monday through Friday. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
All right.
David Vietti walked into court facing an arson case that could have ended with prison. But instead of slamming the door shut, Judge Boyd gave him something far more dangerous: another chance. Mental health treatment, probation, recovery, and one clear warning: disappear, stop communicating, or fall back into old patterns, and everything could come crashing down. The question now isn't what happened in the fire. The question is what happens next. Will this second chance become a comeback story, or just the calm before another courtroom return?